Yeah, man. So
What's
I've had
going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. We are live, changing it up this week. We're going live for the Thursday preview, the Sunday previews, and the Monday preview all in one. We're breaking down the full NFL Week 15 slate because we are pretty busy this weekend, if y'all don't know. But as always, go down, like, and subscribe, comment along with your bets, picks, and parlays. I'm Paul Pick and Winner, and I'm joined with
I already know, man. It's my boy Kevin, Water Boy Boy, aka the Don PYE. Always the realest on your screen. I can't wait to say that again when Romeo's here. But Paul, I forget, we are pretty fucking busy this weekend, aren't we? I just got done taking my graduation pictures, so that's fun. Graduated my AS this weekend. So like
Nice.
everybody's saying it's a big deal. I don't think it's that big a deal because I still have 2 more years of school. But like to everybody else, this is a huge deal. So we're gonna make it a huge deal. You feel me? So it's fun. And then we got UFC motherfucking Tampa this weekend. Paul, when I tell you, we'll talk more about this on the UFC fucking episode. But when I tell you the timing be so perfect, graduation, UFC, NFL Sunday. Like I can't imagine a better weekend.
Bing bang boom. And then next week we got Fury versus Usyk too. So like the end of the year is wrapping up very nice. And the following week, if we're sticking with NFL, we're gonna see if Netflix can do better than what they did for the Jake Paul fight with their first ever NFL games on Christmas Day.
Really, they're gonna be on Netflix. Netflix got bag like that.
Christmas Eve and Christmas. I think every game is on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. There's gonna
I
be like
didn't,
2 or 3 games and back to back, all Netflix.
bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Do you not understand that Netflix has fucking NFL now? It's over. Like the NFL is America's NFL is about to become the biggest, the most profitable league in the world, and it's only in America. So that's
The
scary.
other thing is, well, hopefully we'll see if Netflix servers, because that Jake Paul fight was a disaster. So hopefully their servers can handle the amount of people that are gonna be tuning in Christmas Day. Um, but if they can, it is up from there. But also, this is rumors that I've heard from like 2 months ago. If y'all watch Pat McAfee's show probably as much as me and Kev do, you would notice in these past few weeks, maybe even go back even a month and a half, Pat and his boys have been making some like funny comments towards ESPN people, like higher ups, or like, oh, we're only successful because of this person. Apparently, they make these little subliminal, like very noted, like they say talking about somebody, but they can't name drop and shit. And people are now thinking Netflix. Pat McAfee and the boys are gonna probably head to Netflix because they have it's like a deal where they don't like what's going on at wherever they're at, they can leave it. So if they might be, Netflix throwing the bags out, and that would be a perfect fit because they can cuss, do whatever the fuck they want.
But would they still be able to stream live on YouTube?
Probably, I think they're not leaving that behind at all.
Yeah, because that's where their like cult
That's
followers
probably
come
like the
from.
first bullet point whenever they go into negotiations is like this, and then also no new people. Like we're not gonna have your workers come take our people's job. Like they probably have like very strict like if you can abide by these, we're willing to talk business. If you don't abide by these, don't even come talk to us.
Oh, that's why. It's crazy. I tell people about Pat McAfee, and I be showing them like, yo, bro, you know the show's on ESPN. The show used to be just something they stream live on YouTube. Like that's some goat shit. And the goat, one goat has to recognize another goat, and that is the goat of what we do right now. So shout out them boys. But if Netflix got the bag, it's over.
Just even watching the other day, there's a simple shit. They're like Dallas Cowboys and Cooper Cush, and I was just and like my girl started laughing. I was like, yeah, this is on ESPN. Like his name is Cooper Rush, but they call him Cooper Cush. So like, yeah, ESPN. Every screen in America right now has got that.
That shit is on ESPN. Shout out the boy.
Let's start breaking down this slate. Not on ESPN. We're gonna start off with Amazon Prime Video. We got the 49ers. Oh, what's up?
I gotta ask you, what's up with this college football playoff shit? Because like the final brackets are in and all this good stuff. I know that we talk NFL and I know we low key in a rush, but like, could you give me a 2 to 3 minutes on what the fuck is going on? Because
Yeah,
niggas was because I've
I
never even heard of SMU before. I don't even know what that stands for.
no, I used to live in Southern Methodist University. They
Never
actually
heard of them.
they were known for they were the first and only team to ever get the death penalty in college football. Yeah, they killed the whole football program. So for them to even be where they are at now, is like crazy. Go look that up. That's his own documentary on its own day. The SMU death penalty for their football program back in like the 70s or 80s. But I think they got it right. I think it's fair representation. You got a couple SEC, Big Ten has the most teams.
Yeah, I
Um,
heard they ran shit this year.
but I just didn't like because sometimes college football you only good as your last game type of thing. But like Miami didn't deserve, even though they would have brought the ratings. I don't think Alabama deserved because yeah they beaten high caliber opponents, but like they also lost to like a Kentucky, who
And
if
a
you're gonna
Vanderbilt.
yeah, and Vanderbilt. Like, if you're gonna hold Miami's Georgia Tech loss against them, you got to be fair across the board and be like, yeah, y'all beat some good bowl teams, but y'all also like y'all got 3 losses. That's more than everyone here. Shit like that. So I think the teams that are like Clemson making in at the last second, I think was deserved because if y'all said prior SMU for sure will make it because we're gonna honor them to make it to the bowl game, and we don't want teams to make it to the bowl game, lose the bowl game, and then they get kicked out because what's the whole point of the bowl game? Some teams might start tanking so they don't make it to the bowl game, like in Alabama. So if another team loses, they can sneak in because it's Alabama. Everyone knows that they're still good for it. It's like no, we're gonna honor teams that made it to the bowl game because they actually mean something. And the Clemson, that's a perfect example. They weren't in it, but because they beat SMU at the end of the bowl game, and they only have 2 losses against Georgia, very solid opposition, and can't remember the other team, which is also a solid team when they lost to them. Well, not like they were solid but when they lost to them, they were a top 25 team. So like, I think every team that rightfully deserved to get in should. There are a couple teams you can always complain like, oh, Boise State, they're gonna get killed. Go back on like week 2, Boise State played a very close game against Alabama. Like just because y'all didn't watch Boise State football did not mean that they were not a good team. They had Alshon Gentry, who's fucking the best running back in the nation. It's unstoppable.
And he's Haitian. Shout out to
And he's
Zoe.
Haitian. And it's like they're gonna move it to 16 teams. So for like the Miamis and the Bamas can make it even shit
Also,
like that.
Sweet 16 in March Madness shit.
Type shit, yeah. But with the 12, I think they did it right because like Boise State and Arizona State, they played the schedule in front of them. They beat the opponents that was scheduled in front of them. They were the highest ranked conference winner when at the end of the day, so that's why they get the buys. And like Indiana, I love the matchups. Indiana against Notre Dame. That's a banger of a matchup. SMU versus Penn State. Penn State always loses against like good opposition. Is SMU gonna be doing the same or Clemson versus Texas? Those are some big ass boys right there. I honestly think this is the best because I didn't want an Alabama to make it, and they're only making it because of the name. There's no other 3-loss team that was even really discussed to even go in.
Okay. So my last question is who you got? Because I had Texas and Ohio State as my best 2 teams. And that's my fault. I wasn't keeping up with Oregon, so I didn't know who Dylan Gabriel was until a couple of days ago. But
So Oregon is going to lose to Ohio State or I don't care who wins that game. Oregon is going to lose to that team. I'm not
mm,
big on Oregon altogether. If I had to pick one team out of the 12, actually, I'll give you a finals matchup. I got Ohio State versus Georgia, and they both have to take Georgia gets a bye, but Ohio State has to take the long route. But I think Ohio State versus Georgia will be the natty.
yeah, and I got Ohio State kid. The boys are some ballers over there.
Oh,
I got to see what their defense
you gotta
talking
catch me.
about.
You gotta catch me on the game week for that one because I gotta feel how I feel about Carson Beck. But yeah, now
Oh,
let's
Carson
jump
Beck, I'm
over
not a
to the
fan.
Sunday slate, or at least you say Thursday to Monday.
Let's talk NFL, that football professional style.
We got the 49ers, 3-point favorites at home, back against the wall, going up against divisional opponent Rams here.
You said
Both
they were
teams kind
favorites?
of they're in a must win right here.
You said the 49ers are favorites?
Yeah, 49ers 3-point favorites at home.
They're not a home dog?
No, I mean, did it open? Yeah, no, it opened at 2.5. Now it's 3. Everyone's riding the 49ers train. I don't know how many people are bet on what, but this is just like the odds haven't moved at all this season. It looks like. I think it's just because this is the same type of matchup they always get.
You think the Rams is feeling themselves after getting that 2-point W against the Bills?
I will say one thing.
They
They probably
spotted them boys 10 points.
they are feeling themselves. They also got a special teams touchdown in that. You can't always make that happen twice.
And
Their
they
deep
spotted the boys 10.
no one wants to talk about because they won, but like their defense let up like their defense in the fourth quarter doesn't let up anything. Like there's fucking whatever you want on a silver platter. We give up 42 points. Uh, and I will say they probably played harder than the 49ers did last week because it is a short week. I keep that in mind. How tired are these boys? Whereas the fucking 49ers are up 24, 28-0 at halftime against the Bears, and they kind of coasted their way to a victory after that. So it's also like, how prepared do you think both the running back for the 49ers was hurt, Guerrero? He might play. I don't think he will. I think Patrick Taylor's gonna get the start, but like that don't matter when it comes to
Yeah,
them.
that shit is not. You can put you. We can put Bella in that running back, and she gonna get them. She gonna get them first downs for them boys.
Trent Williams is gonna expected to miss another week, but like they haven't had him for a few weeks already, and they've but I don't know. This is classic divisional game, classic do or die. Like, you know what I mean? Like the 49ers lose this to divisional opponent, they're probably out of the playoffs, or they're like maybe not statistically out of it, but like we know they're not making it at that point. Rams on the flip side, gotta everything's in front of you. Just keep winning.
Yeah, what if I'm not just thinking about the Rams because of how they played last week? I think that D line definitely needs to lock in, not getting a single sack against Josh Allen and the boys. And I think that meant a lot. I think if the defense can come in with the pressure and get Brock Purdy, because I think they'll be straight with the running game. I think it's not going to be a difference whoever you put back there. But if you can put pressure on Brock Purdy and slow that running game down and force him to throw that thing, I think the Rams can get this dub because the defense can put them in positions they don't want to be in. Rams control their own destiny, and I'm expecting them boys to win out.
I with how wishy-washy this division has been, I'm gonna have to take the 49ers here.
It's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I wish they were dogs, so I could probably lock them up as a dog
Yeah.
later on.
If they was dogging, I would have been like, yeah, but the public, nah, I'm not trusting the boys.
But I'm gonna take them just because I think the Rams probably are feeling themselves a little bit, and the 49ers are more on a do or die break. And I think when you went back against the wall, 49ers either gonna shit the bed or they're gonna look really good. So I'm gonna take the Niners here.
I just think that defense is giving up a lot of runs, and Kyren Williams likes to score touchdowns.
Then we got our Sunday slate starting from the top. We got the Texans, 3-point favorites at home, taking on the Miami Dolphins. Texans is looking good because the Colts are 6-7. They're like two games behind them. Like their spot to the playoffs is almost secured. They kind of like just keep doing okay. And then the Dolphins gotta win. Dolphins gotta win every game.
That's so funny. Think about how crazy this season's been. I looked at you crazy because I was like the Texans are doing good. I thought you were talking about at the game of football. Nah, they're definitely not doing that. But in the division, oh yeah, they look straight, phenomenal, good, great, holding it down.
Yeah, the Colts are like two whole games behind. So they just, as long as nothing crazy happens, Texans should make this playoff spot.
So Paul, this is your chance to talk me into picking against the Texans. I haven't done that much this season. Or how can Tua and these Dolphins, who just went to overtime with the Jets, divisional game, but went overtime with the Jets, how can they beat Texans?
Well, I'm gonna start off with just the last. Like, I mean, they're 1-2 in their last. Is it 1-2 or? Oh no, they're 2-3 in their last games. I mean, 2-1 in their last games, but the last two in particular, I want to point out. Will Levis threw for like 280 against them, where they lost against the Titans.
I watched that game.
And then Mac Jones threw for 235 and 2 touchdowns. And a very close 23-20 matchup against the Texans. Like the defense was started the season very good. The second half of the season, I don't know if it's more of the offense isn't clicking, so they're getting they're on the field a lot longer because the offense also has been struggling for the Texans. I just don't know what's going on in their building. They just haven't looked right. There's all around. CJ Stroud hasn't made all the same throws. Joe Mixon started hot. I feel like he's kind of faded off second half of the season. Nico Collins came back, but we haven't heard much since he's came back. Stephon Diggs being hurt definitely has kind of limited their offense a little bit, even though he wasn't there last year, which I don't know how that happens. And then the defenses is lining up. plays that they didn't let before. And Tua is 17 touchdowns, one interception since coming back from the concussion. I think 1,300 yards. He had back-to-back games over 300 yards in back-to-back weeks. It's going to be a shootout. That's kind of how my feeling is in every Dolphins game going into it. It was like if our offense is clicking, we're gonna have our defense ain't gonna be playing. If our defense is clicking, our offense won't be playing. So it's like always, it's gonna be close no matter what. I like us as a dog here, especially. There might be a trend of me picking teams with back against the wall, where I feel like this is their Super Bowl for the next 3 or 4 weeks because they gotta win.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game comes down to pass rush. Can y'all boys get back there, stop make CJ Stroud, who's probably the second most pressured quarterback in the league, uncomfortable. And when he's uncomfortable, that's when the offense stops clicking. So I think that's what it comes down to. I think as long as your corners aren't in coverage for too long, because they've been showing that play of Garrett Wilson cooking Jalen Ramsey all over my Twitter. And I was
Yeah,
like, damn. So I'm like, all right, as long as there's no foul play and no too long, as long as y'all special quarterback well, I think y'all can win this game. And that's two dogs in a row. I'm dogging.
yeah, back to back dogs, back to back road dogs too.
Yeah.
Next game, we got a home dog, 16.5 point underdogs at home are the
16 and a
Giants.
half.
Yeah, the Giants taking on the Ravens. I mean, we don't have to spend a lot of time because I mean, look at the fucking spread. I got the Ravens for sure to win this game. Also, they're coming off a bye, so Ravens are nice, well and rested. Derrick Henry, I think, probably scores 2 touchdowns this game. I wouldn't be shocked, or maybe Lamar throws for 4. But their offense is going to probably put up 30 to 40 points, and I think that's why the spread is so big. Is because they don't expect the Giants to score more than probably like 14 at best.
Yeah, so I mean, we seen what Saquon did to them boys. So like we know a good running back can get off on that defense, no problem. Um 16 and a half is crazy. Like, yo, bro, this is the National Football League. I actually in college, I'm not sure. 16 and a half in the National Football League, bro. I understand Drew Lock is your quarterback. Brian Dayball, you gotta lock in, kid. Y'all gotta put something together. 16 and a half. 16 and a half. I can understand 12. I'm not tripping. But 16 and a half, y'all gotta do
Panthers
better.
were 14-point favorites last week against the Panthers. I mean the
Yeah,
Eagles.
yeah, I got the Ravens, but 16 and a half. Giants, y'all gotta do better. And if you let the Ravens cover that, fire him right now.
Then we got battle of 3 and 10 teams. We got the Jaguars 3.5 point dogs at home taking on the Jets. Jets coming off of overtime, whereas the Jags got a decent win. I mean, ugly win, but a decent win over the Tennessee Titans last week. Jags are at home here, 3.5 point dogs at home. It's kind of two teams you don't want to pick, so you're kind of stuck.
I mean, I'm stuck because both of these teams suck. Like, I don't really give a fuck. But I promise to not pick the Jets for the rest of the season. Am I gonna renege on this promise on the just because I don't trust McCorkle Jones to ever get another W in the NFL?
He got one last week. He almost got one against the Texans the week prior.
Is he winning or is this just shitty football all around? Yeah, I was say this, like you ever get a like it's like getting a bad bitch, right? You got her, like everybody thinks this shit's cool, and then you get to the crib and she got herpes, and now you're like, but hey, to everybody you won, kid, y'all, hey, W, yeah, man, everybody at the club, bad bitch. But yeah, and here's the thing about McCorkle, he's not a bad bitch. You a drunk nigga right now, and you about to go get herpes from some random. So I'm taking the fucking Jets because I don't like herpes.
And I'm clear. I think the Jets are probably lock potential here. Also, if the Jags were coming off a close L where they lost a close game, you could maybe stick with like coming off a win. And the Jets at least look like they played good football last week. And Aaron Rodgers just doesn't seem like he's given up on the season. Like he just wants to go out looking decent. I'm gonna take the Jets one last time.
So I have these the NFL like previews playlist going, and there's the stupid motherfucker that just picked the Browns over the Chiefs. I need us to remember this. A dot rank. If the Browns somehow upset the Chiefs, he's the genius. If not, I need everybody in the comments to boo him.
Yeah, no, that one's kind of wow. The fucking line is a lot closer than I expected too. We'll get it. We're almost to that game. We got the Saints 7.5 point dogs at home. They got no more Derek Carr. He's out for the season. And the Commanders are 7.5 point favorites on the road coming into the game. Who the fuck is starting for them boys? I'm trying to
Yeah.
see
Did
because
the Commanders have a bye week last week?
yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember hearing
Oh,
that. So
I forget. I knew we saw him earlier. Spencer Rattler coming back in. The Spencer Rattler and Taysom Hill train taking on Jaden Daniels and Washington coming off the bye.
niggas with a straight face say, "Yo, bro, we gonna do the Spencer Rattler thing again." That shit is tragic. I got the fucking. I mean, bro, let me not give my pick away. Let's talk this. Let's talk the game a little. Why not? So we got the commies, Jaden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury. 2 games ago, they offense looked pretty good. I want to say they scored 42 less than 3 weeks ago.
The
So
last time they played against the Titans, they dropped 42.
yeah, 42 against the Titans. I'm gonna trust this offense to not drop 40, but to come in fresh, relieved, and ready to fuck some shit up. I got the confidence.
Yeah, there's no way because the Saints almost went to fucking overtime with the Giants last week if they did not block that field goal.
That shit was still. That's probably one of my favorite plays this year.
And that's with Derek Carr in for most of the game. So yeah, there's no shot anyway. Like, we're gonna be lining up on some of these big spreads because there's a reason the spread's this big.
And there's film on Spencer Rattler. It's not like this is some brand new, fresh quarterback. Like, nah, bro. We know exactly what tendencies. We know what this nigga can't do. Oh, you're gonna put Taysom Hill in? Oh man, I wonder what he's gonna try to do.
Then we got a three. Oh wow, actually, I thought there were dogs at home. I apologize. The way things have changed. Panthers 3 point favorites at home with the Cowboys coming into town. Cowboys coming off the heartbreaking L on Monday. Panthers coming off a very close heartbreaking L against the Eagles, where they were 14 point dogs. Now the 3 point favorites against the Cowboys. Bryce Young has looked decent, showed that he has some promise in the NFL. How are we feeling about this Panthers Cowboys matchup?
I mean, this is gross, sick, disgusting, despicable. And the Cowboys should not be able to sleep at night knowing that they motherfucking are dogs to the Panthers. That shit's terrible. I forgot to bring this up on the recap yesterday, but Michael Parsons walked off like while the clock was still ticking.
Oh yeah, he was about to damn near cry whenever they muffed that punt, and then all of a sudden Jamar Chase started going down. They scored when he scored a touchdown. I think he's about to cry. Like I swear, they panned a camera to Parsons, and his ass was very emotional.
Damn, niggas so good. Remember when they got Richard Sherman after that interception in the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah,
Cameraman's a nice kid. They were like, yeah, I got this. I already know this nigga should cry.
yeah, I'm watching him lurking.
So,
Boy walked off. I don't know. I've grown to kind of not like Parsons as much, like with his podcast, and every time anything that comes out of that podcast doesn't help. Anytime I see that podcast trending, evidently because he said some stupid shit that he shouldn't say, or some in-house shit, or I don't know. I was like more and more. I'm like Parsons, and the whole CJ Stroud tour where they were like fucking dabbing each other up and be on a like fucking every talk show together. I was like, I don't know. I have the same problem with NBA. I don't want to see friends. I want to see rivalries. I want to see beef.
see, that's the only time when people say college football is better or college sports better. I'm not lying. You got it. Because there is that
I
24
hate
7.
you. My grandfather hates your grandfather. My dad hates your dad. Like there's
Yeah,
a line.
like when I was in Tennessee, like I actually could not tell people I was a Florida Gator. That wasn't something I'm like, I'm here to brag about. Like, yeah, bro, our team is known for fucking your team up. Like, nah, I'm chilling. I ain't got nothing to say.
Whereas like this, like, I don't know, different age, but like yeah, Parsons, yeah, I bet he did walk off crying. Not too shocked.
I'm crying. I was watching the Marshawn Lynch podcast. So many tangents in this episode. We got to call this the tangent episode. And Shannon Sharp was talking about going down the middle, and they was talking about some. Yeah, bro. Like there were two positions that you did. There are two places that you didn't want to be back in the day. You didn't want to be going down the middle because nowadays you see people one hand and that bitch smiling, going down the middle because of the defenseless receiver rule. Because when they heard about the defenseless receiver rule, Shannon Sharp was like, "What the fuck? This nigga got a helmet and shoulder pads. What you mean defenseless?"
Back.
And then they was also talking about the kick return because Shannon Sharp used to play special teams the first 3 years. And he was talking about how he was the L3. And every time he came down, he was trying to get them boy out the game. He's like, I want you to play next week. But I'm trying to send your ass home for the rest of the night. And that was the difference. When you don't have that no more, that
To be
it
able to
kind
set
of,
the tone, like
yeah, you feel me? Like, yeah, fuck you, Ray Lewis. Yeah. But you still a good player. Like, if you don't have that, so that's why I don't be tripping about shit like that. I just like, fuck it, man. It is what it is. But to this game, though, I think the Cowboys should not be able to sleep at night knowing that Chuba Hubbard's about to run all over them. Motherfucking, the Panthers have been playing their best football all year so far. And like, if this was in Dallas, I definitely would have took the Panthers. Right now, I'm still kind of in. But how do you think Cooper Rush is going to play against this Panthers defense, which has looked promising at times? Held
they
the
haven't
Eagles to
looked
22.
good. I will say they haven't looked good. I'm just more worried about Bryce versus the Cowboys defense because yeah, they got scored for Joe Burrow, but Joe Burrow and them boys have been like, Jamar Chase and Burrow are not the reason why they're losing games over there in the Bengals. Like,
If it wasn't for the Lions, that would be the best offensively.
so I kind of like I just feel like Bryce is gonna struggle against this defense. It's probably gonna be super low scoring and ugly, and that's kind of where Cooper Rush and the Cowboys are gonna shine. And because of that, I think I like the Cowboys. Like if the Panthers are home dogs, I would be sitting here like, oh, how the hell are the Cowboys favorite? Give me the Panthers. But like that line kind of makes me feel like, oh, people are getting too heavy into the like. You never want to put too many ducks on the Panthers. Like, yeah, Panthers are good again. No, like you're gonna have to prove it to me first. And like I just don't feel like they've had some good games. They've looked better, but I haven't proved to me that they're gonna get wins in the National Football League. And I think I'm gonna take the Cowboys, who are just like one play away from potentially winning that game.
Mm, I want to agree with you so bad. I really, really. But yeah, ah,
Sound like you want
I
to go
don't.
for your fellow the NFC South.
No, my thing is, I just don't see the Cowboys stopping the Panthers' run game, and I feel like Bryce Young could struggle, but Chuba Herbert,
He's like the number 4 rusher in the league right now,
mm,
or number 5. I know he's one of the top 5.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Panthers. Why not? Let's go Panthers. They almost beat the Bucks. Almost beat the But damn, we don't give credit to almost wins though.
Went to overtime with the Bucks. Almost walked down the Eagles. Was a
Almost
drop
beat the
away from
Chiefs.
was a drop away from walking down the Eagles.
Almost beat the Chiefs. I'm gonna take the Cowboys because the Panthers sound too good right now. Like again, it's like,
Yeah, it's like
I,
you can't. I can't pick. It's like stocks. I can't buy you when you're at your peak. I gotta wait for
yeah,
the dip.
yeah. I'm about to say like there's a lot of almost wins that happen. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys.
If Carolina was +3 at home, I'll be like, oh, this is a nice little dog. I'll probably take a Carolina here. I think they keep it close.
Yeah, like I just don't. Yeah, because everything sounds like oh yeah, man, they were just right here, and it's like I think the other teams kind of just like started playing a little lackadaisical, even though they should have beat the Eagles and the Bucks. So
Then we got the Titans, 3-10, the 5-point dog at home, coming off a bad loss against the Jags, taking on the Bengals, who squeaked out a win in Dallas last week. I don't think Bengals theoretically are out of the playoffs, so they got that going for them. So
if
I mean,
Will
potentially they win out, they go 9-8. That's at least a decent spot.
if Will Levis throws 300 yards on this defense, I am going to be mad, hot, upset, disgusted. I would be like, what the? friggin' fuck is wrong with this Bengals defense? You know who I got? I got the motherfucking Bengals to tort. Oh, that D line.
Probably will make some trouble. But they also do some quick passes. I feel like I don't want to overthink this game. I'm like I saw what the Titans can do against a shitty Jags defense, and even if they can put up 17-20, that's a decent day for that offense. I just Burrow and them are on a mission to like at least not look like hoes to go out on the season. And Jamar Chase is still playing for his price tag. Remember, the price of Jamar Chase throughout this season has only gone up because they didn't want to extend him.
Yeah, they fucked up. They might as well just let him come to Atlanta.
Well, shit, T. Higgins is going to be on the market. A lot of people think the Patriots are going to give him the bag. So, yeah, we're both on the Bengals there. 5-point favorite. I probably would take that 5. Next game, this is the Browns. 4.5-point dogs at home against the Chiefs. I was shocked the line was so short. I thought it would be maybe like 6-7. But the Chiefs are known for making it super close.
Chiefs probably haven't covered us. They probably costed so much people money because they probably haven't covered a line all fucking season.
They're known for that. They're known not to cover, but for some reason, I feel like this is a line that they will cover.
Yeah, this is a line that they cover. I mean, this Browns defense is a problem, but I think of when the Chiefs played Joe Burrow and them boys when they got the interceptions and they forced the well, not the interception, when they forced the strip sack, was something I like to bring up a lot this season. They were able to contain that shit. So I'm expecting that to be the Chiefs that come in there. When Jameis is gonna come in and score for some reason. But this Chiefs defense is gonna force him to make mistakes. And when he makes mistakes, the game is over for him.
Yeah, the defense. I agree with that take, and I also the defense is they have good moments, but they're 1-4 in their last 5, and their one win was that Snow Bowl, where like anything could have happened type of shit. So like a blizzard was in there. But the games that they've lost, the 4 losses, they let up 27 to the Chargers, 35 to the Saints, 41 to the Broncos, 27 to Pittsburgh in the rematch, and all of those, it was like at least a 9-point difference in the score, like 9, 13, 21, 17. Like these are some big differentials. Other than the Snow Bowl, they got that one win in that little short last 5. And this is all with Winston at the helm. So I think this is the Chiefs win, and I think they cover the 4.5 because they probably will score a decent amount of offensive points, but Winston's going to throw a few Stevies.
I need to see Travis Kelce have a good game. That'd be nice. Start the fantasy playoffs right for a lot of people.
And then we have our first 4 o'clock game, Broncos, 4-point favorites at home, taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Colts, another team that this is kind of big for playoffs because they're like Colts are 6-7. They win this, they're 7-7. Colts fall, Broncos fall to 8-6. They're getting close because this is for the wild card placing. It's kind of I don't want to dress it up anything as it is. It's Anthony Richardson taking on this Broncos defense.
I mean, the Broncos are the 3rd most sacked team in the league. Don't forget, like their offense has woes. Cortland Sutton has like 50 more targets than the next guy. So it's not like this offense has a million things they can do. But it comes back down to Anthony Richardson versus the Broncos defense.
Hey, yeah, that's to me the key matchup.
That's not fun. That's not. I'm not. I wouldn't want to be offensive coordinator trying to figure out how to make this game work. The Broncos should come in here and handle fucking business. They're in the playoffs right now, and their quarterback is in running for rookie of the year. So they better come in and make it happen. I'm not expecting them to make it look easy, but definitely make it happen.
Yeah, I think this might be a close game. I wouldn't bet on this game because I don't know. I have a weird feeling. I'm a follow the feeling. I'm gonna take the Colts here, and the only reason is I just have a feeling that like AR passing wise, not gonna have a good day. Like maybe, but I just think his legs. I think this might be a game where like AR probably isn't gonna look good passing, so he started using his legs, and then that's the whole difference maker. Like that's why they draft you 4th overall. It's because you're a fucking athlete. Like see you use your legs. Jonathan Taylor, like use the whole offense, and they keep it close. And then it's also a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix taking on a pretty decent Colts defense. It's not like there's some slouches. Forrest Buckner still could get back there. Kenny Moore is a fucking dog, one of the better secondary in the league. And I have a weird feeling about this game. So I'm gonna take my gut. My gut's been kind of hot these last like 6 weeks, so I'm gonna take the Colts here as a 4 point dog.
I respect it. I got the other guys.
The Broncos.
Yeah, I got the Broncos. Champagne and them boys. They just played. Who they played?
The Broncos coming off a bye.
Oh, a week off. Oh yeah, I got the Champagne and them boys.
And then we got Cardinals 6 point favorites at home taking on the Patriots. Cardinals, I mean, if they win this game, they're kind of right back in the playoff hopeful picture. They'll be back at 7-7, so they do have that going for them. Patriots, the worse they do, the better the draft pick. But I know Drake May and them boys are playing to win.
Oh, that's a tough one. Cause yeah, I think Drake May and the boys have plenty with it. But all year they show that they might not have what it takes to get the W. So like this is where I'd be like, I don't know.
I'm like I like picking the Cardinals when they come off of losses. So I'm gonna go with that. I like them to get this win, get the offense to look a little bit better. The Patriots defense, yeah, they have Christian Gonzalez, but like they also have a lot of holes. Like outside of Christian Gonzalez and Drake May, like their defense, every other position could be better.
You taking the Marvin Harrison two touchdown prop?
No, I probably take the tight end Trey McBride or James Conner, one of those two to get a 2 touchdowns in this game because I think the points will be there.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Cardinals on this one.
And then a matchup I wish was on prime time. The Detroit Lions, 2.5 point favorites at home, taking on the Buffalo Bills here. The Vikings will be watching this game closely because they don't play till Monday. So the Vikings will be tuning in. I know we'll be tuning in. Kev, potential Super Bowl matchup here. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. How are we feeling about this fucking banger?
I mean, this was a phenomenal fucking game. Shout out the fucking script writers, schedule makers. Them boys is in a bag right now. But put this game where it is late in the season. Nice. The fact that the Lions have played all these close games and figured out how to win too. Maybe not as close as the Chiefs, and maybe not as un unredoable. Like you can't write a lot of this shit down. But they definitely been winning close games. So them coming in to play the Bills with that ragtag defense and this man Josh Allen who just threw six, who just had three passing touchdowns and three rushing touchdowns for an overall 6 touchdowns. Makes it hard, but it's gonna be a great fucking game. And what time is it?
425.
Nice. Ooh, the Bills coming off a good fucking game where they went balls to the wall with the
Lions
with
got
the
the
Rams.
long week of rest because they played on Thursday, which was also
Close
a
game.
super close balls to the wall game against the Packers.
I don't want to pick against my Lions again. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think if that defense is the same defense that showed up last week, the Giants can win a shootout against the Bills.
You see, mine is just more of I think the Lions are just doing L. Like the way they play with the fourth downs and defense is being hurt, the whole team being hurt. They're doing L. They're supposed to get it last week, and Dan Campbell their way into a fucking win. They could definitely do it against the Bills here again. But the
Oh, the
Bills,
Bills are coming off a loss. Fuck.
yeah, Bills coming off that loss, and like Josh Allen still got a lot to play for. The MVP's in front of him. If Kansas City loses, the fucking number one seed is still up in the air. Like the Lions, though, also, I mean, the Vikings are breathing down their neck. They need to win as well. But I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think they gonna be able to roll into Detroit and get a dub. Okay, have your things
Mm.
uncentered. Oh, there you go.
Oh man, this is tough. I mean, I'm gonna stick with the Lions for now, but you might get the hey man, I got the Bills text. I got to do a little bit more research.
And then two teams with playoff hopes. They're both in the playoff picture as of today. Chargers, 3-point favorites at home, taking on the Buccaneers, Kev.
Go Chargers! Yeah, man, I need the Chargers to come in and bust ass. I mean, Baker's been showing that he's balling with his weapons back. Offenses look fluid. They've kind of been fucking up the last few folks besides for the Panthers on a little 3-game win streak. But I need the Chargers to lock in and figure out what the fuck it looks like to play good football. They lost off the doink. You got 4 interceptions against the Falcons, but were they were they really crazy like that? Were you really stopping the offense and not keeping it staggered and uncomfortable? I mean, I need the Chargers to come in and make this Baker Mayfield look like Carolina Panthers Baker Mayfield without the fucking first game. Like, I need them to really come in and wreak havoc, especially that D line.
I kind of like the I kind of like the Bucks here just because they seem like they're red hot right now, and the
Yep.
Chargers haven't looked the same without J.K. Dobbins. I feel like without that run attack there, Gus Edwards hasn't been able to do it, and they kind of look more stagnant. And especially against the Bucks rush defense, that the running game won't be there. You'll need Herbert to have a big day, which he could against that secondary. But I kind of in a shootout, I'm gonna go with my boy Baker.
Yeah. In the shootout, I'm taking Baker. I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, I need the Chargers to get the dub. So San Diego, we stand up.
So I'm on the opposite side. I need Chargers to keep losing for my Dolphins. So that's also why I'm on the Bucks. But then we got the Battle of Pennsylvania. Philadelphia Eagles 5.5 point favorites at home with the Pittsburgh Steelers rolling into town. Sirianni,
Ooh.
Tomlin. There is some drama around the Eagles right now.
Yeah, they saying Jalen Hurts is hot about that. Not Jalen Hurts. AJ Brown's still hot about not getting the ball. I mean, I think it comes down to that D line versus the D line on both sides. The Eagles have a formidable D line. The Steelers have a formidable D line. So, what D line is going to get back there, stop the run, fuck them up? And what D line is going to be able to make the quarterback do anything unnecessary?
See, for me, I've been picking the Eagles back every week ever since I saw they had the best O line and D line. And I have picked the Steelers a lot of these weeks too. So I've been picking on both sides, but it's hard for me to pick against a team that I know has the best O line and the D line, like combination. And for me, the trenches is where the game really is played.
Facts. Oh, so yeah, it's the battle of the trenches. I mean, the Steelers might be due for a L, so I might think, oh yeah, I think it's the battle of the trenches, and can Saquon get off on the Steelers? I think he might have it in him. I might take the Eagles on this. Chief.
Yeah, I'm rocking with the Eagles on this one too. Battle of Pennsylvania. Then we got our Sunday night game, which is a good one. Seattle Seahawks, number one in a division, 3-point dogs at home, taking on the Packers, who are 9-4. They're in the wild card picture, but they're 9-4. Unfortunately, does not get you the divisional win in the NFC North. How are we feeling about this? The Seahawks coming off a good win against the Cardinals. Packers coming off a long rest where they played the Lions on Thursday, which was a heartbreaking L. Should be a good matchup. Should be a lot of offense.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of fucking offense. I want to see the Packers make up for taking for the little mistakes that they made, like fumbles and turnovers. But I do expect the Seahawks and Gino to keep it close within the first 3 quarters and try to take the lead back in the fourth. So it's gonna be a good game. I got the Packers though. I think this offense, they need a win. They know they need to win. And they're going against a Seahawks team that doesn't control their own destiny.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the Packers along with you. I think their defense is slightly better than the Seattle Seahawks defense, and they are prone to get turnovers. and that's gonna help in this matchup. And as long as Jordan Love doesn't give away free balls, they should kind of get a nice win. There's ride Josh Jacobs. He's 1,000 yard bell cow back this year again. So like, just keep riding that run game.
Facts. Pussy.
Then Monday, Kev, ESPN. We got the fucking Raiders hosting your Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's on
Falcons,
Monday?
yeah, that's Monday night. Well, there's two Monday night
Nice.
games. So we'll have this one and another one. But Raiders are 4-point dogs at home, coming off the loss to the Buccaneers. Falcons coming off of their loss to the Vikings. Raiders season's basically done. They're in the hunt for the number one pick. The Falcons, they need to get some wins. They have lost 4 straight. Kirk Cousins hasn't looked the best, and it's very loud right now.
Oh, loud. I can't even. You see, I got these fucking these noise canceling headphones on. They still don't work. Nah, I need Kirk to go and spaz against the defense. I need him to lock in. He had 344 yards. Let's change those in 2 interceptions and a touchdown. This Raiders defense just played Baker, let Baker look fucking great against them. The week before they played the Chiefs. I want to say Pat Mahomes looks the greatest, but we don't really try to compare Pat Mahomes to other folks. So I need our fucking team to look good. Our defense needs to pick shit back up. Don't be giving up 30 points for no reason, even though the offense might put you in bad situations sometimes. But take care of the football end. I don't think they stopped the run last week.
Yeah, but like the fucking Raiders run offense is all hurt. They're on rookie 5th round pick Sasir McCormick right now. Alexander Madison hurt. Abdir Abdullah's hurt. Samir White's hurt.
Yeah, so I need our team to lock in, kid. We got to see them boys. I'm expecting us to look good and do better type shit.
Yeah, Falcons are definitely going on my parlay, especially because you're only a 4-point favorite. I really think I'll win. I the Raiders just got nothing going for them right now. Like the number one picks in their grass. I don't think they want to lose that if you're a GM. Falcons kind of got everything in front of them to play for still.
Right. And the Chargers about to beat the Bucks. So like, let's get that number one seed back, y'all boys.
It would be the so NFC South thing to do, just to be like, oh, we're back at it. We're back at the top.
Yeah, pussies.
And then our other Monday night, ESPN Plus, ABC, we got the Vikings 7-point favorites at home with the Chicago Bears coming into town.
The Chicago Bears are coming in. Damn.
And like I said, Vikings are gonna be watching that Bills Lions game very closely because if the Lions lose and they take their second L, Vikings could get a win and they're gonna be tied 12-2 with the Detroit Lions, and I think they play again at the end of the season, so they will be paying very close attention to that game. Nonetheless, they're gonna play to win no matter what because that number one seed is right in the grasp.
Sam Darnold, 5 touchdowns. Think he runs it back?
Maybe not. I think more of the running game here, but like, is that defense against Caleb Williams? That like the sacks they're gonna get, they're gonna show some play. Like he was not the best at processing defenses quickly. So now you're throwing in the fact that there's gonna be some shell coverage that changes into a completely different coverage once the ball is hiked. They're gonna be putting up like DBs coming to the line as if they're gonna blitz, but then also they go back into coverage. Like there's just so much that they're gonna do to like really confuse them. If it was like a veteran quarterback, I could maybe see like, oh yeah, I'll get a little cute Monday night, bright light. Sam Darnold's gonna fold, but that's like we said another match. It's like it's gonna come down to Caleb Williams and that defense.
Damn, and it's probably his first Monday night game.
Yeah, like it's just to me, I don't look at it as like what can the offense do against the Bears defense. It's more of the other way around. What is the Bears offense going to look like against that Vikings defense?
Yeah, I got the Vikings regardless. I just wanted to see if you thought it was gonna be an ugly game or not. I got the boys putting up at least 28 on the ass.
And I always enjoy quarterback that people have written off and then comes back around and starts eating, like the Geno Smith story, the Baker Mayfield, like the Jared Goff in Detroit, like fucking I enjoy those, like the fuck you tours. And like that's what
If,
Sam Darnold's on.
if only we had the Kirk Cousins in Atlanta.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, I didn't want to say it, but I think he's leading the league in interceptions right now. Like it's like
I believe it. He has 8.
I thought he had
And
like I thought
in
oh,
the
I was
last
gonna say he had like 15 last time I checked.
in
It
the
was some,
last two games.
yeah, not looking too hot right there. But back to the Vikings. Yeah, Vikings probably should
Oh
get
no,
a
he has 6 in the last 3 games. Let me not put no blasphemy on. He has 8 in the last 4.
yeah. Sam, on the other hand, threw 5 TDs and nothing last week. Broke a record for the franchise.
It is crazy. No, it wasn't a record. It was the first time since 2004. Dante
Oh,
Cooper.
was it? Okay. Okay. But yeah, we're both going with the Vikings
Maybe
on.
2001.
And before we head out, Kev, of course we gotta find some locks, find a dog.
Yeah, I
How
got a
you
lot of dogs. I definitely wasn't writing shit down because the agent. Let me know, Paul, what my dog's looking like.
Oh, you got the Rams, you got the Dolphins, and I think that's about it.
Oh, so like my first 2 picks. That's
First
funny.
two. You went back to back. Oh, and
All right.
Cowboys.
Okay, so I'm gonna lock up the Rams. I feel like you might want to lock up the Dolphins.
All right, so you got the as your dog, you got the Rams. Okay. I'll give up my dog real quick. The team I'm probably feeling the best about. I'm not gonna go Dolphins because I feel like I put bad juju on them. I'm gonna go to Colts because it's always the dog that I'm least likely to pick that ends up winning. So I'm gonna go with the Colts because I was gonna go Cowboys, but I'm gonna go with Colts.
So yeah, and now we got these fat ass spreads to deal with. Should
Yeah,
I should I should I lock in my line?
I was. You got the Lions, you got the Jets, you got the Chiefs, you got the Falcons, Packers. Let's see, the Eagles over the Steelers and the Chargers over the Bucks. Oh, and Cardinals over Patriots. Oh, even Broncos over Colts. Like yeah, almost everything else other than like 2 or 3 you can get. Cincinnati over the Titans.
I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'm gonna pull mine back.
I'm gonna take the 2 locks that I felt the most not the most confident about, but when I saw the spread, I was like, oh, those are gonna be close money lines. I'm gonna add their money lines. And it's gonna be the Falcons over the Raiders. And it's gonna be the Bengals over the Titans. I don't think I get cooked here, but I just feel like both of the teams, the Titans they're playing against and the Raiders, those are 2 teams that I don't think got much playing for or are good teams.
Dang, I can't go Commons over Saints. Yeah,
I almost took the Jets, but I'm gonna be mad if I lock up the Jets and they lose.
I don't like the Jets as a favorite, even though because like you're seeing they have that means absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna lock the Packers, and I'm gonna lock the card.
All right, you say you took the Packers and Cardinals.
Yeah, I
All
was
right, those
gonna
aren't
take the
bad.
Lions,
Cardinals
but
almost took.
I low key might change that pick. Depends on what research I do.
End up stumbling upon.
Guys, show let me find out that Jared Goff plays terrible on December. Blah blah blah.
Well, we appreciate everybody for watching along. We'll be back for the recap. We'll be back with more UFC later. As always, go down, like, and subscribe. Thank you for commenting along. As on Paul Pick'em Win'em, join with Kev, Waterboy Savoy. Y'all didn't know? Now y'all know, motherfucker.